Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac. We have continued our newfound streak. We are due for a random run here, and we got Isaac. That's encouraging, I would say. Although our last Isaac run, despite having the power of the D6, it took us fucking ever to get anything useful. But we ended up, well, not anything useful, but enough useful stuff to win. We ended up stacking together quite a nifty little run by the end of it. Hopefully we'll be able to do the same thing here. And you know what? Demon Baby on the first floor, I would say, is an absolutely adequate pickup. Not the best item in the game. It's not like getting a first floor Polyphemus necessarily, but it's a nice get for us nonetheless. And I've really felt like my Isaac decision-making process has been pretty good. My strategy, if you will, for the most part. The big variable for me lately, and you know, perhaps even always, has been whether or not I'm actually able to dodge enough shots for at least the relatively adequate nature of my Isaac knowledge to allow me to have a chance to prevail. It's not good at Isaac knowledge, it's just sufficient to keep it going. To get results occasionally. Like a mid-manager at like a not very busy Wendy's. That's pretty much what I aspire to be here. And obviously the 8-ball is not going to be good enough for me there. I'll take Squeezy. I would say that all things considered, this makes this a pretty okay floor. We have a Tears upgrade, 2 Spirit Hearts. And I probably could have taken a crack at maybe getting inside of that, or getting whatever that Spike Room would have given me, but apart from that, we're okay. We do need keys. We might be able to get lucky here and snag a little bit of money and a Tinted Rock and the Secret Room if this is where it is, which is pretty unlikely, but sometimes you get lucky. What can I say? Another Spirit Heart and 2 more cents for me, and Bob's Rotten Head, which is garbage. But we can get back into this room to re-roll it just by taking our way through the not the mob trap room, the curse room itself. So we're gonna try to get another re-roll up here. Bob's Rotten Head is real bad, but if we re-roll it, the secret room item pool is potentially pretty darn good. That key couldn't have come at a better time. X-ray vision. This allows us to get into the secret room without actually using a bomb, so that saves us a little bit of hassle. And we may not re-roll Bob's Rotten Head, but I'm going to try to. It depends how much... well, we should go fight the boss then. Depends how many more rooms we have with combat that we can actually, you know, milk for a little bit of re-roll potential. But we're going to start out with a fight against Monstro here. Again, fairly solid items. I think X-ray goggles are probably in the top third of items in the game. That's why I like to divide the game, you know, rule of third style. There's a third of items that are just shitty and... only in very, very specific situations where will they be picked up. Obviously, that gets kind of reversed once you get to the chest and you end up having items that you'd pick up instead of the D6 because the D6 has worn out its welcome. We will pick up Jesus Juice. And let's see what we've got in here. I think we'll pick up the PACT too. And I know that seems crazy, and maybe it is crazy, but by not re-rolling anything and by taking that, well, first off, 2 things. By taking that item, we do a little bit more damage, get some attribute upgrades, but by not re-rolling as well, we also managed to get a re-roll that we can use on Bob's Rotten Head, and that gives us the Ankh, and I think when you have low health, the Ankh is, it's definitely worth taking, in my opinion. So when we respawn, we'll basically respawn as kind of like a neutered version of Blue Baby, which still might give us a chance to succeed, but keep in mind, it's not like we've lost a lot of HP upgrades on this floor. We've lost, you know, quite literally 0. We just haven't gotten any HP upgrades. You just start with 3 as Isaac. So I would say this run from an offensive standpoint is going really well. From a defensive standpoint, at least we have Spirit Hearts. And we'll see, yes, that is exactly what I wanted there. So we'll pick up that Eternal Heart in just a second. Just want to see if maybe, I mean, even if there is like a Temperance card on this next room, yeah, there's not, obviously. But even if there were, I don't think it would be worth going for. So, HP upgrade, X-ray vision, damage upgrade, and then the PACT on this floor. I'd say that's pretty good. Plus the Ankh. And, yeah, this has turned out pretty nicely. We won't be able to go to shops for a while, but that's okay. We've gotten a decent enough payout from other rooms that I'm not too worried about, not being able to visit shops. Although, of course, yes, it would be nice to get the compass. We could get the compass in mob trap rooms, though. That does happen. There is a mob trap room right here as well. I'm going to try to take a little bit less damage. I did take some stupid damage right there, but that's okay. Keys? Keys. Nope. We got a penny, which we could use to buy a key if we could actually get into the shop. We found our secret room. Secret room, weirdly enough, contains the shovel. But we can also get into the item room from here. So we've got a weird little, like, 3-room corridor we can access. Homing bombs. I mean, all 3 of these, I think, warrant a reroll. But the shovel is the most immediately awful, so we're gonna re-roll it, and that's gonna become the 1-up. And I think at this point I'm just gonna have to take that. I'm not thrilled about the possibility of taking, or the fact that we did take the 1-up, but I was looking at the floor. You know, there's not gonna be that many more re-rolls available. We want to re-roll the item room and the mob trap room as well, especially the mob trap room, because I believe that item pool for the mob trap room is so small that it would be very silly of me to not at least take a crack at it. What do we have here? Bomb and penny. That was worth it, I would say. Really got to be wary about the amount of spirit hearts I'm kind of throwing down the drain here to walk into curse rooms and whatnot, but well, actually, most of it I've just taken damage with, I think, or damage on. I've lost most of it because of damage. That's what I'm trying to get at there. Now, how close are we to the boss room? Looks like we might be able to snag one more reroll if we get extremely lucky. But for now, I mean, obviously, a speed upgrade is not the worst thing in the world, and 5 homing bombs, 5 bombs and all bombs are homing, is not the worst thing in the world. We're gonna go into this curse room to see if we get lucky, and maybe we did, maybe we didn't. I'm so mad when I get telepills in these. Okay, well, at this point, we're actually gonna take the speed upgrade. I hate to say it. I would love to reroll it and possibly get skeleton key or something like that, but the speed upgrade now is taking on a newfound significance, which means we're gonna be rerolling the homing bombs. And you know what? I do think bomb bag is better than homing bombs. I might draw the line at like Mr. Mega. I think Mr. Mega is super useful. Whereas, I mean, can we not just like... You know what? I was gonna say we could probably just walk out of this room. Walk back into that secret room. And then walk back in and leave. But I'd rather actually fight this room to possibly get some consumables. But anyway, the homing bomb upgrade, I don't consider that useful. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Most of the time, I think it's maybe the worst of all the special bomb effects. Careful. So I'm happier to have more consistent bombs over the course of a run. Certainly, we can assume, we'll just wait until that gets far enough away that we can't hit it anymore. Certainly, we can assume that we will get more than 5 bombs as a result of having the bomb bag, at least. So, we found both secret rooms already. Still no extra HP, with the exception of that Eternal Heart. And we've gotten 3 extra items already as well. Now, they weren't killer items. We got a speed upgrade after getting a speed downgrade. We got the 1-up after getting the Ankh. And we got the bomb bag. But every little bit helps. This bomb can't really be more special than it already is, so we might as well just not leave the room. And thank God we got a key for that. So we're in a very versatile position, shall I say. Pageant Boy would allow us to go to the shop and possibly get something on this floor. That would be welcomed. Apart from that, HP and damage, tiers upgrades, these are the things that I largely want all of the time. So I'm not saying I necessarily want Pageant Boy. I'm just saying we can make good use of it for once. You would expect to have more money given the number of secret rooms we've gone to, but we've gotten items instead, which is also totally fine. So we get a stem cells upgrade. It takes us back to Isaac's starting HP. And we get a fight against Krampus. It's pretty much ideal. I know that every time there's at least some people that want me to reroll Lump of Coal. Not gonna happen. I rerolled Lump of Coal for a long time. You should go back and watch me when I was a lot worse at Isaac. Lump of Coal was one of those, like, you know, it's an invisible guiding hand. It helps me a lot. I never really see it. That being said, I never really see the effects of it, I should say. That being said, I know it's there supporting me. So I'm going to take it for sure. We got another key, which is going to make the next floor much nicer for us, I would say. Maybe should have even gone to the shop on this floor, but I decided against it. So we found the secret room right off the bat. This is why I love Lump of Coal. We haven't gotten any range upgrades. If you think Roid Rage is a range upgrade, I would encourage you to check the wiki. Or just listen to the comments, which is what I tend to do. Because every time I go to the wiki, it pops up this big unskippable ad. Not like YouTube style unskippable ad, quick cover your tracks. No, but like an ad that actually covers some of the content. And, oh, yes. An ad that covers some of the content and will knock it out of the way. So, I apologize, by the way, for taking Epic Fetus. Inevitably, some people are going to be displeased with this. But it's been, what, like, maybe 10 runs since our last Fetus item. I feel okay taking it now. We're probably due for basically an instant win. But I've got to do my part to keep the streak alive. So far so good. It's not like we're losing any dope tier effects by doing this, except for Lump of Coal, but I think that's a cost I'm willing to take here. You know that when I was talking to people about Boiler, you know, the Binding of Isaac Racing League. They're like, yeah, it's cool. There's some items that are banned too to prevent like cheesy play. And I was like, oh, like the Dr. Fetus items, right? Like Epic Fetus, Fetus in a jar. And they're like, no, those are totally cool. It's like the shovel. The shovel's banned. I don't know. I don't know if Balls of Steel, the other league, actually bans like the Fetus items. Seems to me like that would be a smart idea because I think it does. You know, if you pick up a Fetus item on Catacombs Part 2, we could probably beat the rest of the game in like the next 13 minutes or something like that. But maybe other racers have found faster ways to make that happen, and I'm just an idiot. In the meantime, though, it's best not to get cocky. We are going to continue to play as conservatively as I possibly can. Conservative is not necessarily the word I need there. As cautiously as as prudently as I possibly can. I like prudent a lot because it's a lot of words wrapped up in one. It's cautious, but it's like smart cautious, not like little baby cautious, you know? That's why I like prudent. Now, we're gonna see if we can get all these guys in 2 hits. It actually is gonna take us 4 instead, but we fire so quickly that I would say it doesn't really matter. Now, we'll check out our shop quickly. I had a feeling at some point we'd end up fighting Greed, and, you know, this point, the first time we've ever made it to the shop, seems as good a point as any. I think I will just take the battery right off the bat. Never mind. I guess I'm going to get teleported to the next floor before I even get a chance to pick up the battery, because I'm an idiot and take pills right away like an Alexander dumbass. Well, you know, we did get Epic Fetus on this floor at the very least. Time to go to the next floor, I suppose. I'm not happy about that, but hopefully that'll at least make you feel better if you were pissed that I picked up Epic Fetus. The game still saw fit to fuck me in one way. And the item that was on that I Am Error room was not even good. Now, the battery wasn't even that good, but I really wanted to possibly have a chance to get that boss item. Battery is... I used to love it, of course, but I think it's now maybe like my least favorite of the spacebar augmentation items. How many of these secret rooms paid out for us, by the way, with items so far? 3? That's way, way more than average. And I would say that with the addition of the Ankh and the 1-up, a little bit of extra HP, we're pretty much sorted on this run. Which is disappointing, but also amazing, because every time I boot up the Spider mod, start playing, and, you know, start talking, I'm like, oh, is this going to be the episode where the streak part 2 ends? And so far, no. We did it. Okay. What do we have here? Low-key. Really unfortunate that we had to skip a boss room there. Sometimes those I Am Error rooms actually work out for you. This was not one of those times. Okay, I don't know why I used a bomb there. That's pretty silly. We'll get a key, though. Meat was a great pickup for us, if only for the HP. And yes, I have to take the ability to fly. Taking the Guppy's paw seems useful as well. But instead, I'm just going to re-roll it. I don't want to take the mark. The ability to fly was an obvious one, though. That's, like, the item you want when you have Fetus items. So, we will explore. We've got an item room and a shop still to go to. Presumably, the shop won't contain Greed. Basically, I want map and compass at this point so we can put the final nail in the coffin on this run. There's our item room. What do we want? Honestly, it really changes when you get the Fetus items. This just doesn't do anything for us, right? Or does it now make us use Mom's knife? Okay, it now makes us use Mom's knife, and oh, no it doesn't. Alright, well, there you go. I got Mom's knife and Epic Fetus on the same run. Somebody up there very much likes me. Good shit. Try it again. So I should have re-rolled it, but actually this is a good learning experience to figure out just what the heck happens when you get Mom's knife and Epic Fetus. I'll probably never remember it because after this, I'll have to take like a nice 2 or 3 month long break before taking a Fetus item again. Otherwise, there will be mutiny. It's far too hot. I don't know why. Every time I'm like, it's time to take a sip of the coffee. Normally it is around like Caves 2, Necropolis 1, but I think we've made it a little faster than our average pace through here, so that would explain it. I was gonna buy it and then re-roll it. I think I'm just gonna re-roll it though, and we know this is Telepills, so maybe we'll get another I Am Error room. Nope, but we do find the second secret room. Second secret room contains a bunch of red hearts. We got a lot of bombs there as well. How did I not see like this area earlier? Another key might come in handy. There's like a whole portion of the map I missed. This is why I hate Curse of Darkness. It is Curse of Darkness for once. Just never get a good feel for where I'm actually going. And that's pretty good. Keep it up here, and that's the end of that little song and dance maneuver. Now, we've already been here. I guess we're basically done with this floor then. The only question is, where the hell was the boss room? I thought it was... It wasn't up, it was down. Yeah. Alright, so we'll head down this way. Obviously a very easy run so far. I'm content with that after the kind of nightmare that we were faced with last time. Not that that was the worst run we've ever had. We won, so basically by definition it can't be. That being said, we had to work for it. Whereas on this run, it's always nicer this way, isn't it? When it gets handed to you on a silver platter, never have to work for anything. That's what I call the Paris Hilton run. Okay, Chariot card. Might be an arcade we can make good use of this with on the floor. I'm noticing myself getting a little lazier as this run goes on, and that could easily be my downfall. You know, maybe little known fact, I have lost epic fetus runs before. Let's see what our shop has for sale. I had a feeling this could happen. Hopefully we get something worth re-rolling. Maybe we can actually, nope. So no shop items for us on this run. That's okay. You know, we've gotten our comeuppance in other areas. 2 chariot cards, actually. Could save myself a half spirit heart by using one here, but I think that's a waste when we could use 2 on the arcade if there is one, which there is a good chance to be. But yeah, I've lost epic fetus runs in the past just from being a big old idiot, so that could conceivably happen again for sure. We could also, you know, worst case scenario, if there's no arcade, save chariot cards for a difficult boss fight, which Mom is unlikely to be. Now, we have 1 chariot card, 2 chariot cards. Haven't found the secret room in one of those locations. I really would have assumed that that would have been different. There it is right there. Really glad we didn't get the small rock. Spirit hearts are kind of life at this point. More bombs and keys. More money. I thought about not picking it up, but then I figured we would. Because why not? There is an arcade. Okay. So the HP plus speed upgrade is not a guaranteed game winner, but it's a useful, useful option for us here. So let's keep it up, and we're gonna go down to half a heart, because there's a few red hearts that we can draw from. And then we're gonna pop the chariot card. We're gonna go on it as hard as we can. And whoop, we did manage to get a 4th play out of that, which surprised me. Alright, so they've clearly demonstrated they're not gonna pay out. We're gonna blow up these, maybe get some red hearts as a result. That's another telepills, which we will actually use after the mom fight. So I don't know why I picked it up, because I'm gonna have to use the chariot card in all likelihood anyway, but you get the idea. Okie dokie. A little bit more health back here, but let's finish our exploration. I was mainly looking to see if I can get into the item room without using a key. Not that keys are, you know, too hard to come by right now, but it's always better to save one if you can. 6 bombs, huh? Or, sorry, 10 bombs. We'll re-roll that. Telepathy for dummies, way better. Way better for me to poop on, yeah! Triumph the insult comic dog. You remember that. Was it an insult comic dog? Or was it just an insult dog? I mean, it wasn't a comic, it was a comedian, but yeah. Anyway. We're gonna get into this boss trap room, see if maybe there's some HP we can snag in there. Yeah, that's pretty much par for the course. And again, theoretically we could telepills out, but it's a stupid risk, because we could end up not only skipping the boss room, but, you know, as a result of skipping the boss room, be unable to actually get to the chest. And you know, I'm noticing the damage from Epic Fetus is not actually as strong as, well, I mean, it's very strong, don't get me wrong. It's especially strong because you effectively have unlimited perfect aim, but it's not as good as like a Mom's Knife Polyphemus type run. It's close, though. It has other benefits, I guess, too. We're gonna come through this room where there's nothing. So we're probably basically out of reroll goodness here. It looks like maybe there's gonna be, pardon me, maybe there's gonna be like another couple of rooms on the left side here. But we're gonna just go hard on this arcade instead. And the item room, if possible. I really hope we don't get an IV bag here. What do we reroll? The IV bag or telepathy for dummies? They both have the same pool, I think, so we'll reroll IV bag. We got a Harlequin baby. We'll see if there's just like 2 more rooms of combat plus the boss room. We can get another reroll because we can telepills out, but there's not. But we're gonna find our second secret room anyway. Truth be told, gambling on that blood bank and getting Harlequin baby seems like a fairly reasonably good deal, considering we're gonna get the health back anyway at some point. But a little frustrating that it didn't pay out with what I needed. It's okay though, shit happens from time to time. We're gonna fight Mom. It should be an extremely easy boss fight. And do we know what this is? Chariot card. We need telepills first. We ended up only using one of the chariot cards, and there's an extra heart for us. We're gonna be fine for now. No map, no compass really sucks, but truth be told, this run is not necessarily as strong as it necessarily looks, Now, all we're gonna do is make sure that we land, you know, the fetus in a jar or epic fetus shots as perfectly as we can. We can get crowd control along with it. That's always nice. That didn't work. This one usually does, though. Better to not aim at the foot, it seems, and just aim at the body segments instead. And that should do it. That was a very easy boss fight. No reroll to even use on the range upgrade here. That feels awesome. So yeah, we'll take a range upgrade with our fetus in a jar, epic fetus. They're the same. I mean, they're not, but they both pretty much guarantee you a easier time. Pardon me. That was, you know, basically human nature. Not too much I can do about that. Why don't you blame either evolution or intelligent design for making us sneeze through the same freaking nose that we breathe through? That's stupid, right? Why don't you install like another nose on my asshole or something like that so I can sneeze without anybody noticing? Checkmate, atheist/theist. We're all just made of stardust, man. That's all I know about it. Anyway, let's take you out like a Franz Ferdinand song. And more. There was a tinted rock in there. I was trying to blow up the fortune teller, and then that blew up with the same thing. How hilarious. Alanis Morissette would like a word with you from her 1998 smash hit jam, You Oughta Know. Was that that seems like it could be 98. Maybe it was like 96. Disregard. Maybe it could have even been 95. Disregard me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, we are going to get some more money. Does money equals power even affect positively us if we're, that's the most awkward phrasing of all time. Does it even affect us positively if we have epic fetus? That's a darn good question that I have no fucking answer to. I will caffeinate for a second though. You can feel the old brain gears starting to turn again. It's always nice when your first run of the day ends up being one that's as easy as this one is right here. As comfortable. I shouldn't say easy because it, again, could still go terribly, terribly wrong. But it's been a pretty laid-back start to the day here. And man, you know, if this was a standard Isaac situation where it was like, oh, I don't really care whether I win or lose. It's all about just having fun. That is true, by the way, but I've still got this streak to pay attention to as well. And the longer the streak goes on, people will remember me using Epic Fetus for like 10 minutes. They'll remember the streak for 10 hours. I was gonna say a lifetime, but let's be honest. You got other shit, like real problems in your lives. So I thought of a more realistic estimate. But still, keep me in your thoughts as the streak continues. And the other thing is, because I'm an entitled little baby, I feel like I deserve like an easy run after that fairly difficult run last time that I still won because it wasn't that difficult because we still ended up getting Polyphemus. But anyway, you know, we're taking a deep trip into the psyche of Northernlion here. So, no secret rooms, much to my surprise. Utero XL been pretty slow so far. Now, oh, there we go, and there we go. I was hoping we'd snag a free spirit heart there. Without a miter or a relic, we are in a little bit of a dangerous position. I mean, not really, but we do lack HP. It's the one thing we lack. And we're very lucky that we can get maybe one more HP upgrade here, and we're very lucky that we have, you know, the we'll think about. I think I'm gonna open it and then I can just leave if it's bad, or if it's good for that matter. Yeah, we're very lucky that we have the Ankh and 1-Up as well that will, you know, kind of mitigate my health concerns. Oh, there we go. Because without them, I might actually be in a much more scary position. But with them, I'm okay. That chest contained 11 cents. That is so fucking ridiculous at this point. Okay. Good. The tarot card contains Chariot, which is better than the Fool card at this point, but the Chariot is not really the card you want to be taking with you into the late game past, you know, Blood Bank Alley. I'm guessing the boss rooms, I should say, have to be on that left side over there, but yeah, that was stupid of me. That's the first time I think I've hit myself with Epic Fetus, though, so I'm a little bit happy that it took so long for that to happen, at least. The boss rooms could be over here, too. It's just unlikely. And, of course, after getting hit by myself on that last room, I tackled this room in exactly the same way. Thankfully, it did work out a little bit better for me. That's the Telepills. And this would be... Oh, thank God, we at least got a few of them. And a Spirit Heart. That's actually, you know, probably the greatest champion payout we could ask for right now. And still, the boss rooms could be over here. I'm starting to believe more and more as time goes on, actually. Tears Up. Not sure if that affects us at all, really. Yeah, there's our boss rooms. Okay. The further you go down, like, one specific path, the more likely I think you are to find those, I mean, the more likely you are to find a terminal, which means the more likely you are to find a boss room, of course, but, disregard the fact that my statement was self-evident to begin with. Reroll the speed upgrade into an HP upgrade. That seemed like a very smart play. And finally, for now, Mom's Heart. Should be an extremely easy boss fight. May not even have to, like, plan my shots accordingly to do crowd control. Instead, I can just kind of throw them in there and they're gonna get the job done. We might have to deal with Duke of Flies. I don't think we are, actually. So that's an example of how fast this fight goes. Normally, I want to finish the fight before Chad shows up. This time, I finished it before Duke of Flies even showed up, which is pretty crazy. Now, obviously, this isn't an XL floor. It can still be a pretty big floor in its own right, though. We are pretty close to getting down to the chest, where basically, I just want to snag HP upgrades. I thought I could get out of the way of that. Probably should have just stayed on that side of the map. Like, we'll try that this time. Yeah, they weren't even close enough to home in on me there. And we have the speed necessary to stop War from getting us, but the fact that he's taken 2 Spirit Hearts of mine on this floor, on this room, I should say, is not something I'm necessarily very proud of. Second secret room, not sure what I want it to be at this point. Maybe just a good tarot card would be nice. An Eternal Heart would be a little bit of a liability. Obviously, the left hand is a trinket that I can't even take with me. And we'll try to... There we go. I was going to say we'll try to kill the bicycle head man before we kill anything else, but a great opportunity presented itself. How could I pass that up? So we've got the real secret room now. And we'll blow up this fortune teller, or this slot machine. The keys and money are never going to be useful. I'll just spoil that right now, but at least we got them, I suppose. And, ooh, be cool. This should start a chain reaction. Nearly. Demon Baby did the other part of the work there. Demon Baby's been pretty good for me so far. I mean, it always is pretty good. Demon Baby's like the definition of a, like, yeah, that's a demonstrably above average item, I think. We'll reroll that. I mean, yeah. So, I'm using... I picked up Poison Touch. I know it shows up all the time on the chest anyway, but I don't like to kill Lust last on the chest, so I decided to pick it up. Maybe I'm a big old idiot because of it, but it will give me a bit of an advantage when I use this Chariot card on the Isaac fight as well, if that is where I use it, and I expect that, in all likelihood, I mean, I expect that that's the most likely position for me to use it, shall I say. Now, good and good. More bombs. We're gonna go far right here, where I expect to find the boss room. Man, how awesome is Epic Fetus gonna be in Rebirth when it actually, like, synergizes with tier effects? They haven't confirmed that it will yet, but imagine having, like, an Epic Fetus, like, nuclear missile that comes down from the heavens, and then it, like, freezes and poisons an enemy. Or when it lands, it splits into, like, other nuclear missiles that shoot out. Maybe that won't happen, but I like the idea of it nonetheless. So we might keep this Chariot card until the Blue Baby fight, just because I don't know if maybe I'll have the Ankh at that point. Maybe the invincibility will be much more, maybe appreciated by me at that point. Maybe it'll be much more necessary for me to use. I don't know, we'll see. Keep it up for now. So far, so good. Got about 35%, maybe just a little under that now of Isaac's health to go. The beautiful thing, of course, about Epic Fetus is that we can do crowd control and damage simultaneously. So the other thing is that he basically never shoots at me as a result of almost never getting shot himself. But when he does get shot, it takes a lot of health off. So we still have the 1-up and Ankh working here, and we still have our D6, which is nice as well. So it's, you know, tempting to take Whore of Babylon in case the Ankh ends up going off, but we're not going to do that. Speed downgrade pill is terrible, obviously. We'll get rid of the Hourglass as well and reroll everything. We got Common Cold. Guardian Angel is a no-brainer. Rosary at this point is probably a no-brainer. And you might be saying, hey, wait to pick it up until, you know, you go for the boss fight, but I'll probably end up rerolling those other items first. So Common Cold is an item that I love. I've talked about that a lot in the past. I think Common Cold is one of the more fun items in the game, but I don't think it actually effectively synergizes with Epic Fetus. So we might as well take something else. I don't think we're really at risk of a loss here, but I do think it could happen, so it's in our best interest to be smart about it, you know? And again, the rosary thing is because I'm probably going to end up re-rolling those other items. I forgot what the other one in there was. Maybe Horde Babylon. Horde Babylon is not very useful for us because we don't get the benefits. That's not totally true. That was me clearing my throat because I had something to clear, not actually just being like, hey, you know, asshole, remember this. No, we would get the benefit of additional speed from Horde Babylon, which is not really worth the pedestal, I'd say. So, we found a fortune teller. We're just gonna blow it up. I mean, it paid out with an item. We could use a reroll to take care of that. Again, the further we go in this direction, the more I am inclined to think that we are actually on the right way to get to the boss trap room. We'll see if that's right or wrong. First things first, though, let's head back to base, and you know what? We are gonna have to beat one more room to get back, but this is a relatively easy room to do it on. Just finish Pestilence off, and now we can fight War. Should be very easy. And he didn't even summon any bombs, which makes my life super simple. Now, Red Heart we can't use, but we'll come back here. Yeah, I'm gonna reroll both of them. The other one was Chocolate Milk, that's my bad. We may end up at this point taking Mom's Pad with us into the boss fight. Probably won't be the kind of thing that makes a difference, but it would really allow us to trounce the boss. And this actually confirms that we will not be taking Mom's Pad into the boss fight, because this is a dead end. Which is also fine. We're gonna be a-okay. We don't need to worry that much about the fact that that one didn't necessarily pan out in our best interest. Thank you, Poison Touch, for helping me out there. Forgot on the last fight that every time I get hit, I should probably go up and hit him with Poison Touch. But it actually would cause him to shoot more, which maybe would be a net loss for me versus the damage that I would gain from it. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Still, a lot of the chests left to explore here, so allow me to take a sip of this coffee. And as we continue moving along, this is a room where we will kill Gluttony last for the really off chance of getting Spirit Hearts or an HP upgrade, if that's even possible. We got bombs and hearts, and maybe because we killed them at the same time. I don't think that's the case, though. So we don't even need that money. We're already at 99 cents. Easy room. Even easier than the one that I said was easy a couple of rooms ago. You should be seized. And let's get this done. So I'm really at this point just kind of, you know, marking time until we find the boss room, because that's where the tactics are going to come into play. We have lost 2 Spirit Hearts so far on this floor, admittedly. That's not good. But, I mean, Polyphemus would be awesome if we didn't have... Or if we actually went with Mom's Knife. We would have been better off than if we went with Epic Fetus. But, you know, it's still hard to feel very sad about the way this run is going. Could be a game-winning tarot card here. We'll see. These tarot cards are super useful, almost to the point where I almost feel like they need a nerf in Rebirth, because they're such an integral part of my strategy. Death card didn't really do very much. Apologies. Coming down with a little bit of a cold here. Tom Waits' gale blows into town. The Tin Pan Alley vagabonds have been playing their glockenspiels all day. That was the best Tom Waits I could do. That was not a pre-written joke. I switched my brain to the Tom Waits scenario, and Tin Pan Alley vagabonds with their glockenspiels was pretty much the first Tom Waitsian phrase that came to mind. Also, did the secondary benefit of helping me to clear my throat without doing that gross, like, anyway. That's maybe the reference I'm most proud of in my entire YouTube career, so I thank you for being a part of it there. Reroll these, and, Deadbird and Scapular, huh? Alright. Why I would almost hit myself with that is beyond me. It would be best to go into this fight with a half-heart interval, I suppose. Scapular might end up being an item that we take with us. Shit, man. Looks like Deadbird's gonna be an item we take with us, too. We're gonna get hurt on the way in. That's a speed downgrade. So, I don't really know how to do this effectively. Is this the chariot? Oh, it is. So we can chariot through the poop. That's important. But I don't think there's any way for us to get to a half-heart interval before that. I mean, we can get to 3.5 hearts or 4.5 hearts, but I'd rather just be at 6 than be at 4.5. Maybe. It might be better to be at 6, admittedly, but... So, there we go. Alright. It's a moment of truth. Bit of a scary fight, I think, but we'll respawn. If nothing else, you know, if 4 hearts normally doesn't work for us, or sorry, 6 hearts normally doesn't work for us, we have a really good chance of 4 Spirit Hearts working for us with Permanent Polaroid Invincibility and Poison Touch, I think. But this fight's going very well so far. We haven't even been touched. Guardian Angel is there to back us up. It was not there on the Isaac fight. And this is shaping up to be one of the more comfortable wins we've had over the entire course of the streak. Really, this is a story of one item, but it's an item that is, you know, it tells a story. And we win again. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a lot. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, though, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.